So when it comes to reviewing the Fruit of Evolution week in and week out, I'm starting to find that during these reviews, like my thoughts on the episode are so insignificant. Like, so in this episode, and here I'll tell you guys why, right? So in this episode, Seichi got Guzzle, the big muscle guy. So Seichi got told by him to go and buy a horse, right? That way he can get a carriage. That way he can travel around. He's gonna have to leave the continent, etc., etc. So he goes and he finds this stable, and the stable has deer donkeys and dragon donkeys, and deer horses, and I'm getting ahead of myself there with the ass remarks. But it has deer horses and dragon horses and regular horses for some reason. But that wasn't offered to him. And then there's a donkey. I'm talking straight donkey. And the donkey is riddled with a ton of personality. She even has like legit bangs and like a ponytail for a donkey. And of course, because he's able to now understand her, because he's like, I wish I knew what she was saying, and suddenly the world is just like, comprehend all languages skills, no problem. So he's now able to hear her and communicate and speak with her, right? So obviously that's the one that he ends up going with. So while I was reacting to this week's episode, I kind of made the comparison that, this anime definitely takes inspiration from other anime. I was like, oh, okay, so he just found his Philo, which is like, a Shield Hero reference. So, a Philo is the special type of bird that can transform into Philo. Right, so I was like, "Oh, he found his Philo in this world, which is now this donkey." And we know she's gonna end up being a girl. Like the animators gave her a ponytail, like a real legit ponytail. And he ends up taking her and bonding with her and feeding her, and she ends up, devoting her, eternal gratitude towards Seichi. They end up entering a contest where the victory is like a date, essentially, with the Valkyries. And one of the prizes is a big piece of fish that she wants to eat. Well, she ends up getting tired, the donkey does. She ends up being a little bit of an ass during the race. And she's tired. She didn't eat because she was looking forward to the fish, so therefore she has no energy. So what does our boy Seichi do? All the things in his big... No, you're in my pouch. All the things in his big pouch he could have reached out and pulled out and grabbed. He reaches in and grabs the Fruit of Evolution. This chapstick's the fruit. He uses Fruit of Evolution. He's like, oh, this sounds good. And he just shoves it in her mouth. And it's not gonna be the first thing, right? So he does that, and she goes and she just she takes off. She can't handle it. She takes off, and our boy Seichi's just it was extremely funny. And they end up winning the race, which I thought they were going to do. And there's a moment before they win the race that they have to come across these wolves that one of the other adventurers competing has summoned. Because this race was an all-out adventure. So you use your skills, whatever it takes, win the race. So she summoned wolves, and the donkey overcomes the wolves because she's just hopped up on evolution fruit. And there's a moment there to where she pounds down, she pushes down her feet, and the whole ground goes cool, just breaks away. And then she loses her color. The animators take away her colors, basically like a reference to Black Clover. Because in Black Clover, they like to do that a lot, during the scenes later on in the seasons, the end of the season, like last season. They have it to where Asta will do something, and then his color will get away, and then he'll do his big ultimate move. That's what they did with this effing donkey. And she did the nostril kick and took this wolf out, and Seichi ended up winning the race. The thing to win the fish that she wanted was to win 5th place. So they didn't win 5th place; they won 1st place. So she was forever really sad about that. And he won the ticket for his date with the Valkyries, which we're gonna get into next week. Next week's episode looks like he's gonna recruit a Valkyrie to his harem. It looks like, or something. And she's so sorry, whatever. And he tells her not to worry. You did great out there. And she hugs him oh, I'll be with you forever. This donkey's hugging Seichi. And at that point, I guess her feelings were so strong. That's what causes her to evolve, because our boy gave her the Fruit of Evolution, so she evolves into this Bishoujo. And now you have a number 3 where Arteria and Saria come into play. So that's kind of the recap. That's everything that happened, right? The episode was funny AF. Like, it was so freaking funny. Like, the donkey, like, I'm telling you guys, like, the donkey scene just hopped up on this fruit, and Seichi's just yeeting back and forth. Like, it was hilarious. The moments where the animators took away the color, hilarious. When Arteria and Saria come in and bust in on him with this now new donkey girl, hilarious. Like, the anime is hilarious. So when I try to think of like my critical thoughts, like there's only so much I can really say about it otherwise than that I haven't said, that it's hard to cover it because it doesn't take itself seriously. It's pulling from other anime, but it's making itself work somehow. And like, there's a story there, I guess, but it's just so silly, but it's so good and so enjoyable. I mean, I really don't have any other thoughts to offer you guys. I want to offer you something like, profound and something, but there's just not there. Otherwise, that I just want to see our boy's hair grow even larger. I want to see him give more evolution fruit to random other beings just to see them transform into beautiful girls as well. And I'm just interested to see now on, will he fill up all 7 days of the week? Or I think in this world there might be 8 days, but let's just say 7. Will he fill up all other 7 days of the week here to share himself with everybody else? I don't know. It's interesting. Regardless, this episode was funny. I enjoyed it quite a bit. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. What are your critical views on the anime? Let me know what you think really down below. Let's chat down there. And thank you guys for being here another week for the evolution, the fruit of evolution. This episode, ass up, you know what I mean? A little assy this episode. And I appreciate you guys being here, though. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys check out our reaction right over here. And I'll see you guys next week for episode number 8. Peace out, my friends.